I'm well. How are you? Pretty good, yeah. I'd say so. A little busy, but good nonetheless. Mhm. That I am.
now because my microphone wasn't on. Yo, I appreciate that. Now we gonna start all the way over again. Technical difficulties on a Wednesday. Um, so we are talking about patience. And I was getting into the current situation that we are in. The current situation is we're living in the middle of a pandemic. Uh and as I said when y'all couldn't hear me, my mic was off. At this time, I've had to learn more about emotional patience than I've ever had up to this point because being in the middle of a pandemic is stressful. Not everything is going to go your way. For instance, I just couldn't, my sound, I was talking for 10 whole minutes and nobody heard me. But I have to have patience with myself because at this particular time, we're learning. We're trying to get better at things. We're trying to, deal with the patients the best way that we know how. We're trying to put ourselves in situations where we don't react with the wrong emotional reaction. We may not understand something. We may be dealing with a family member. We may be dealing with all kinds of situations. And I would tell you right now, patience is required. Like it's mandatory, right? I mean, my son, y'all know I've talked about my child before, trying to teach him and remain emotionally patient is a very, very difficult thing to do. Because I'm like, dog, you 8. How can you not add? How can you not add, homie? I need to know. I mean, and it seems simple, right? That seems simple. Oh, you should be able to add. But I would tell you that issue is one of the biggest issues that I have being a teacher or at least at home with my child, trying to get them to understand the education. I got to be patient. I be struggling. I'll be like, why, dog? And so it could be a family member. It could be your job. You could just be in a situation where you react the wrong way and giving the wrong emotional reaction puts you in a position where now you may ruin a relationship. You may ruin a friendship. We have to understand that people have good days and bad days. And during the pandemic, most people are having more bad days than they are good days. We've been in this bad boy for 7 months. Tired. I'm ready to go back to living. I'm ready to go outside without a mask on, but we can't do that yet. Corona is forcing us to be patient. What you think, Britt? I mean, what is it? Is it how are you doing with your patience during this time?
At first, I feel like my patience was good. Now I feel like I'm starting to run out.
Are you really? Why are you starting to run out?
I'm just over it.
Are you
Um, yeah, yeah. I'm trying to remind myself constantly to be patient. Like, there's nothing, and the thing about it is, I have to remind myself, especially with this whole like, COVID thing, there's nothing that I can do really
right?
besides do my part to do my best to make sure it doesn't get worse.
Right?
Therefore, I have to be patient. But I can't, there's nothing more that I could do about it. It's just a circumstance that we have to live through. So there's no need, there's no purpose to get worked up about it because there's nothing that I can do about it. It's out of my control. So I can't worry myself with it. All I'm trying to do is keep myself as busy as I can so I don't spend time in my mind about all the things that I used to be able to do. which in actuality was just a whole bunch of being spoiled. So
Right.
it's truly not that bad of a situation, considering we're just spoiled and we want what we want. I want to go to
So,
a concert. I want to not wear a
oh
mask.
man,
I
I
want to
get.
not. I want to maybe go to a movie. I want to see all my peoples at one place at one time,
You
but
want to
that's
do
just not.
ratchet shit? You
I
do
don't want to.
ratchet shit,
I
right?
want to do. I want to do a little bit of ratchet shit every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Throw a little ass around. Maybe someone will catch it. You know what I'm saying?
Throw it around in a circle.
Maybe. You know what I'm saying? Make it vibrate one time. But I just have to remember, like, those are I'm not living under a circumstance that's unbearable. It just means sit your ass at home and do what you have to do and nothing more.
Do you feel you have more of a short fuse? Are you?
Um,
I mean, when things don't go your way, how are you dealing with that emotional patience?
hmm. You know what's wild is that I don't necessarily find myself to be a short fused person in general. I'm pretty slow to anger for the most part. So I feel like my patience in that respect hasn't really been tested because I don't necessarily allow myself to get there too often. Um, I do find that I've had a little bit of a shorter amount of patience with certain friends and family that want to like take up my time even though they're away, like at a distance. Like I don't want to FaceTime with you 2 times a day for an hour. I just don't. There's nothing else to talk about. Um, and it's hard for me to tell people that like I don't have nothing else to tell you right now and you're not really telling me nothing either, so we could just hang up the phone and we could talk about it in a couple days. But I feel like that comes with people being alone more than they're used to, so
Have
I'm
you
fine.
had any arguments with anybody during this time where you felt like uh maybe if we weren't in the middle of the pandemic, like you maybe have looked at it a little differently?
um no, I don't think so.
Okay.
No, I don't. I luckily you.
Yeah, my kids. Like at that point, once again, and I was having a conversation in my group text today that was talking about how like the perceived white parents, they try and talk things through with their children.
Right, right.
They want to have a conversation with them and explain. And I actually feel like during this time, because I've been short, I've
Mhm.
tried to be more I've tried to have more of a conversation to say, hey, look, I understand that the conditions are not ideal, right? I know I'm not a teacher. I know you would prefer to go back to school because my son has said, like, look, player, like y'all are terrible.
This ain't it.
You know what I'm saying? You are terrible as a teacher.
It's
I'm
like,
ready to
Dad,
go
you
back to
suck.
school. Right. Yeah. So you know, I would say in that situation, I've probably had to exact more patience. I'm just more self-aware that people are in uh a lot of people are hurting right now, regardless if they tell you they hurting or not.
Right.
Uh if I don't know somebody, I'm assuming they might have lost their job. I got family members that have lost their jobs. I have family members that, decided it was, better for them to leave their job because they had to stay at home with their kids and try and figure something else out. Uh, you know, side hustles are at an all-time high right now.
Tell me
And
about it.
so I'm just figuring that, most people that I come across, I'm trying to show them patience because I believe right now we gotta have it with each other. You know what I'm saying? Derek Haley said bounce it up and down. Yeah, Derek, she tired of being in the house. She trying to go out and do ratchet shit and she wants to bounce it in a circle.
I mean,
Her patience is low when it comes to not being able to do ratchet shit. It's only so much ratchet shit you can do in your house.
it's not fun in the house.
You
It's
know,
damaging in the house, actually.
is what?
It's damaging in the house.
It is. I agree with you. Um, Go ahead.
Rewrap your shit and break your table. Like, who wants to do that?
Facts. Facts. I agree with you. I think that as human beings, I don't think that we are meant to be in the house. Not like that. I think that we are built to be active. I think that we are built to be mobile. I think that we are built to have interaction with other people face to face. And so being inside your house, and I'm trying to quarantine as much as possible. I don't, I'm not going outside unless it has to do with some money. What about you, Britt? Have you been out much, or you pretty much just stayed in the house? I mean, what has it been?
I'm a little guilty. Like the past,
Oh,
I want to
oh,
say 2 to 3 weeks,
oh,
I've been to restaurants more than normal,
whoop.
more than I have been. I'm like, look, you gonna let me be on the patio? I'll be on the patio.
Say you gotta go do something.
People can't invite me. That's a thing. Like, don't tell me that I have an opportunity and then expect me at this point in quarantine to turn it down. Cause I just might go. I'll be like, how many people about to be there? Where we about to be? Mm,
So you do find out how many people gonna be there,
yeah,
but you
I'm
still
not.
go. But you still participate.
If it's like a small group, I'll be
Yeah.
there.
Okay. So
I
what's
have to
small?
go. Last time I went to get drinks and apps with my friends. There was four of us at the table.
Okay. So I mean, it's
Four of
four
us,
of
and
y'all,
then that grew to six.
and you were comfortable with these people.
Yeah, I hadn't seen them in a long time either, which was
Okay.
probably not the best thing because I feel like if I'm more closely watching your movement, I could better gauge like, should I really be around this person, or did they just go to a party last weekend and maybe I shouldn't? And I probably should have been better about that. I ain't gonna hold you, but I wasn't. I was just like, drinks. You know the manager. Cool, we gonna run it up, and that's what happened. But ooh, I'm trying to not so much because the
So
numbers the numbers in California are not doing anything better. So
well, they supposed to be going up here in Texas. I did sneak in and go see Tenet. It was four other people in the spot. We were well distanced away from each other. I just miss going to the movies, right? I've
we're not
tried
even
to be
open
patient.
here. Movie theaters aren't even open
They
here.
ain't even open in Cali. See, I
No.
I snuck in real quick when wasn't nobody looking,
Mm,
and I ate my food
you just
and
slid in.
yeah, I slid. I was like, here to watch a movie for 3 hours. Um,
Breathing in all this air.
yeah, let's breathe in the recycled air. I took
Yeah.
my mask off to eat. But as soon as I was done eating, I threw my mask back on, and I enjoyed the movie through my mask. You know
As
what
you
I'm
should.
saying? But I had to just wanted to feel it. You know what I'm saying? It had been so long, and I tried to be patient as long as I could. But 7 months in, I haven't gone to a restaurant and sat down and ate. Um,
Not even outside.
no, no,
Oh
I
shit. They
I
out here
take
trying
my
to get to the
stuff to
money in
go.
California, boy. They're like, we have a parking lot. We will make this into a patio. Don't worry. We'll put a tent on it. We'll move the tables. Don't worry. Y'all can come.
Facts. Y'all can come out when people are doing drive-in concerts. I would ask y'all out there on live in the chat box. Look, let us know how patient have y'all been during the pandemic. Have
Sidebar,
yeah.
related but unrelated. Do you think theaters are dead?
Oh yeah. Until 2022. Once again, I think that eventually they'll come back. I, for those who are movie goers, there's nothing like going to see a blockbuster movie at the movie theater with some popcorn, right? I got kids. I can't foresee that if Disney or Pixar or somebody drops a movie, that when we're able to go again, we'll go.
I
But
have a real question. See, god damn it, man. You can't say certain things because then I want to ask a question.
uh,
So this could be my ignorance and also me not knowing a lot about movies and or not watching movies too much. The term blockbuster movie,
yeah.
is that directly related to the place that used to sell movies?
Oh my God.
How, Sway?
Oh my God. No.
How, Sway?
Are you
Oh,
shaming me?
yeah, Houseway. I just don't understand. No, blockbuster movie is like the tier one movie that everyone is anticipated, and when it
I
drops,
mean, I
it
get that,
does
but
big
where does the
numbers.
term come from? I know it's supposed to be
The
like
amount of
the
money, it
upper
doesn't come from Blockbuster Video. It's just the amount of money that a movie is set to make during the weekend. If it makes a whole bunch of money and it's highly anticipated, like for instance, any Avenger movie is a blockbuster movie.
I understand all these things, Kynard. I just want to know the origin. Why? What the hell? Where does it? Do I need to do the Googles on
I
Blockbuster?
look, I'm about to look.
So
I'm
what you're
about to
telling me is
go.
you don't know either. While you're trying to shame me, what you're
I
saying is you don't know neither.
oh, I love it.
So
I
you're trying
love
to
it.
play me for ignorant,
Oh,
but in
oh, oh, wait a
actuality,
minute. I didn't understand the context of the question.
here you go to
I
bullshit.
thought that the
Here you go to
question was you
bullshit.
didn't understand what it was. The origin
Mm-hmm.
is in World War II when it was used to describe a powerful and high explosive bomb capable of destroying large areas. That is the word
God damn.
blockbuster. Hold
Huh.
on. Entertainment, though. I'm struggling. Hold on. Wait a minute. Lisa, thank you. Lisa dropped it in the chat. Let me click the link in the chat. Oh, here we go.
This is a
Academy
great person.
Awards, Hollywood will learn, blah, blah. Word first appeared on the pages of Time in 1942. Man, this is a whole lot. We're going to have to look up that later. That doesn't feel like that's
Shout
very,
out to
very
Lisa though
close.
for doing the good work. I appreciate her.
Thank you, Lisa. We appreciate you giving that to us. Derek said he ain't been patient at all. He said he hasn't been patient at all. He works at a children's hospital. He
Boy,
takes risks at work, but not in personal life. He said he keeps his caramel ass at home. Wait, is that light skinned though? Right?
no,
Were
it's
you too
not. It's
afraid to
not.
go outside?
No, it's not light skin. No,
He
there's
said
levels.
caramel though.
Yeah, that's like medium brown.
That's medium brown.
That's like
Okay.
that's like the base level entry to my life. You know what I'm saying? Medium brown. We give you light skinned fools over there somewhere.
Oh, you out of line right now.
Over y'all stay over there.
You are out of line right now.
Team
That
chocolate
being
brown all
said,
year round. Be mad about it. Okay, that's it. I'm done. That was the end of it. Go ahead.
that's the end of it.
I just had to get it out. How
No,
did we be
I
here?
know Derek. Derek said he ain't light skinned. I know Derek. Derek is he's not my complexion. I know I'm light skinned. So he's a brown skinned individual. That being said, I understand. I imagine working at a children's hospital. Um, you know, I
Ugh.
would imagine Derek, that's tough, man. You
I
know,
feel like working at a children's hospital takes another level of patience because parents are wild when it comes to their kid.
they are.
And there's no amount of anything that anyone could say to a parent to make them feel better about whatever's going on with their kids. So I feel like whatever happens at a regular hospital has to be amplified 10 times at a children's hospital.
I agree. I agree. I think that anything that has to do with helping people. I have a friend who's a flight attendant. She told me that people are just dumb. That people are they don't know how to wear their masks. They don't know. They don't. They ask dumb questions. You know, when you a flight attendant and people are on a plane You have to be patient with them because this is different for them being on a plane in the middle of a pandemic. You know what I'm saying? Uh, there are some jobs out here that I would think that it requires a high level of patience. Working at a children's hospital is one of them. Uh, I wouldn't want to do it. Let us
Mm-mm.
know what y'all think in the chat. Have y'all been patient during this pandemic? Has there been somebody that's been on your nerves?
Mm-hmm.
I would think that there's been a lot of relationships ended during the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
I would think that there is a lot of arguments taking place in between couples that you have to show a higher level of patience for somebody that you are around all day now where you used to get a break.
I don't think people realized how much of a break they had from like their living joint, whether it be they joint, they boyfriend, they girlfriend, they husband, they wife. Shit, you kids. Like you didn't realize how much of a break you actually had from each other until this shit hit. Like
Yeah.
you might have seen them for 30 minutes, an hour in the morning, live your whole life, do your work stuff, run a couple errands, come back home, maybe hit some homework for an hour or two, cook
Right.
some dinner, take showers, go to sleep. You really only spend a couple hours a day in true presence with someone. Shit is wild now. Like we just gonna look at each other and go from the bedroom to the living room.
Manifest said there's a lot of babies being made. I would that make it
Yo,
even worse though. Like I wouldn't want to make a baby
yo.
now because 9 months from now, ill COVID gonna be here. I would hope that people are strapping up with them reused rubbers we talked about a couple weeks ago. Don't be having no kids.
You know how many calls, because we know she does weddings and events. You know how many calls I've been getting and emails for baby showers? They're my least favorite thing to do. I do not like
Why?
it. First of all, I'm kind of anti-child, to be perfectly honest. I'm not pro kid. Um,
So you don't want to have any?
I'm like 75 to a strong 80% sure that it's a no.
Well, if you knew what I knew, from what I've read, you only like them after they grow up and get out your house. And
Damn,
sometimes you don't even like them then.
all the way out, right? Like, I'm hoping that I would decide that maybe I want to have some when my eggs are super scrambled. And then it'd be like, oh, well, too late. I ain't about to pay 20 racks for them. Well, not meant for
Look,
me.
look. Look, I don't blame you. I think that, I've always told people that, it's their choice. I have friends that don't have kids and they live in their best life. And right now I enjoy the moments that I do have with my kids, but there are some times where I'm like, Heisman pose. You know what I'm saying? Get
Damn.
away from me.
I'm saying,
I can't help you. Especially when it comes to education. I'd be like, yo, why don't you ask your teacher?
right?
Why are the teachers not zooming all day? I need a teacher to zoom at least 6 to 7 hours with these kids so I can get some work done.
That's too much. Let these teachers live. They got families and shit too.
Look, my patience is running thin, people.
Your kids couldn't even sit in front of a computer for 6 hours if they wanted to, not doing the shit that they should be.
This is the truth. Well, at least for me, I'm over it. I'm ready to move on. I'm at a point where I'm legit thinking about like, you know what? Maybe we just gotta run outside butt naked and let the world know that we free. Just you know what I'm saying? Because I'm tired. I'm going crazy in the house.
Wow, that's deep. I don't know if a
Super
button.
ratchet.
I don't know if a butt naked run will do it for you, but whatever makes your spirit feel good, you know. If it'll help you sleep at
You
night, go
never
on and
know,
run.
man. A butt naked run might, maybe just around the backyard.
I don't think I've ever done a butt naked run. For sure, not outside. And if I
For
was
sure
running,
not outside.
nah, like I might have ran from like the bedroom to the bathroom. Like, oh shit, let me go get a towel real quick. That kind of butt naked run. But that's like a a fast brisk walk,
Yeah,
like a
you
little,
just
like
getting to the. Yeah.
a skip hop. You know what I mean? Not a real run,
Look, the
not
lack
a
of
full
patience
stride.
has us talking about running outside butt naked. That's
Mm.
how bad it is out here in these streets right now. I don't know what I miss more though. You
The
know, is
cleaning.
it really going to restaurants? Is it going to live music events? I miss all of it, but I don't. Do you have one thing that you just miss doing?
No, I miss the option. That's what I miss. It's not
Yeah.
one thing. I just miss the ability to say yes or no.
Yeah, it's the same. You know, like I miss the option of having hair. Like, you know, I was real mad frustrated. Like I couldn't grow it no more. My waves wasn't busting. I was doing 360 wave checks and it was
That wasn't
only
an
like,
option then. You didn't have the choice.
yeah, I ain't got, well, no, I used to. I used to have hair.
Shit got taken away, my G.
I know exactly. That's how, and I didn't have no patience then. I had to
Mm.
accept being bald, just like we got to accept that we in the middle of a pandemic. That being said, look, if you won't call in 419-464-7246, we would love to hear what y'all think about patience. Have you been patient during the pandemic with your family? Have you been patient with your situation? Have you been patient trying to reach your goals that were temporarily set aside possibly because of the pandemic? That being said, once again, welcome to Dope Dialogue. I am Kynard. That's my host, co-host Brittany King.
You're
Look, if y'all won't, feel free, comment, tell us what y'all think, share with your people, share on your page, or not. Either way, we gonna be here and we gonna have a good time. That being said, we are going to get to a little bit of what are we gonna get to? We gonna get to some news. Let's get to some
yeah.
news.
Let's do it.
And that being said, all right, we got what we got in the news.
First of all, I get upset that you get to wear a prop every single show.
Look, I told you go ahead and put you a little like a little queen there, or some glasses. There you go, boom.
My
There you go.
these are my scholastic specs. You know what
Oh,
I'm
you got
saying?
your scholastic specs
You
popping.
know what
Okay.
I'm saying? They don't do nothing, but they here.
I got you.
So SARS, that's a thing, unfortunately. I think it took a while for the news to really get to us, and I could be wrong, but I don't know how popular it is as far as like TV news, but I know the internet news has been buzzing with Nigeria and their whole in SARS movement right now. Um, SARS is the Special Anti Robbery Squad, which was a branch of the Nigerian Police Department. And apparently, they've been doing a whole bunch of like rape, victim targeting, a lot of use of excess force, illegal detentions, all of these things. And the people of Nigeria are pretty fed up. And just like, you know, what we have going on here in the good old United States of America, there have been peaceful protests for the most part for the past 2 weeks. But on Tuesday, it kind of took a big left turn, and there's conflicting reports. First of all, what we hear from the government officials and what eyewitnesses and victims are saying is differing. However, there have been roughly 30 to 40 people that have died at the hands of the SARS unit. And I guess officially as of yesterday, they dismembered SARS, but they reassembled as SWAT and using the same people to do the job. Um, Not really changing the premise of their job protocol either. So Nigeria is going through it, and Nigeria needs the attention of the global community for help because we got to keep them accountable, as far as I'm concerned. The government over there tripping, just like it is here, but I guess it's a little bit more intricate over there. Thoughts?
My prayers and thoughts are with the Nigerian people. Anybody that is being brutalized by its police force has my empathy. A lot of times, the voice of the people need to be heard. And these people are protesting against the treatment that they have received. Just as we have protested in the United States of America as African Americans against the treatment of African Americans by the police in our country. What I will say is it's hard. Because once again, these are people who want to be treated fairly, who want to be treated with like human beings without being brutalized, right? To go out and protest and people be shot and killed, it's just atrocities against humanity. It's human beings, right? And hopefully the international community will get involved and we can see some type of resolution. But once again, this is another country. There are international laws. I hate that sometimes the United States likes to jump in other people's business, but I understand why we do it as a country, because a lot of times we are protecting our monetary interest in a country, right? So that being said, all I can say is I hope that the Nigerian people see some sort of justice. It's sad to hear, as you just said, that they disbanded the group and then just remade another group called SWAT with the same people. Mm-hmm. That doesn't get rid of the issue.
They said, oh, you want to end SARS? Don't worry, we got you. SARS. Book, close it. SWAT, let's open that up.
I was watching Sean King, his Instagram, and watching these people protest and then hearing the gunshots ring out, that they were being shot and killed with live ammunition. That kind of puts in perspective. I had a homie here in Texas that he was shot with a beanbag, and it was pretty hard to deal with that because it broke his jaw. He had to have surgery. But it wasn't a real bullet. He wasn't killed. Right. These people are being killed for protesting, and I don't know what to say other than that's wrong. What are y'all thoughts about Nigeria? How are y'all feeling about Nigeria out there in the chat? Let us know. Because to me, I empathize. I don't know if I can really even put myself in those people's shoes, because the threat of death while protesting from your police department, it's the same as here.
It is, and it's different. It's very much so by construction the same, but perceptionally it's different because we see it as black and white here. You know what I mean? Seemingly, that's what a lot of the issues are. It's not bad black cops killing good black people. It's seemingly more often bad white cops killing good black people, or, black people in general.
That's what the media shows, right? No,
right.
I understand.
So that's a different layer. But when the people that are doing the damage to you look like you, it's a little bit of a different trip, I feel like, for the people that are there. Just like, so it's about, at that point, I feel like it's just about authority and power. Like, I'm just going to abuse my power, and it's not even based on preconceived notions, because they are you.
Right.
It's not like I see a big black man and he's threatening to me because I don't know about big black man. I see someone who look like my brother and I'm still going to kill him. That's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah, that is wild. That is wild. And the hard part, right, once again, is just knowing. I've never lived in Nigeria. I don't have relatives in Nigeria.
We gotta
I
do our
don't under
ancestry DNA. Shit, I'm trying
what
to
you
find
say?
out. But I gotta do some ancestry DNA and
You gotta
find out
find
like
out if you
what's
got some
good.
Nigerian ancestry.
You
I
know what I'm
just,
saying?
for me, I would love to speak to somebody from there or who's
Hmm.
currently living there to just get the climate, right? As an American, I would probably say I don't understand the culture, right?
Right,
I empathize. I don't understand the culture and what really is going on. Are the police corrupt? Derek just mentioned there could be tribal differences. Uh, tribes that hated each other just
right,
because of their history. Like I'm not aware of any of that. I just know I believe in civil human rights, and to
right,
be
right.
shot and killed probably on order of the government there against people who are protesting, to me feels wrong. So
The city
that's
of
my
Lagos
take
too
on
is
that.
like the real African giant. Like if there's a place to go in Nigeria where it's really going down, it's like the city to go. It's like the city. It's not no little rink-a-dink town. It's Lagos. It's the giant.
Right. Yeah.
It's wild just to think like, oh, they're going through it.
Yeah,
Black
they
people
going through
everywhere.
it.
We just go through it.
There's a lot going on in the world today, man. It's a ton going on in the world today.
Do we tell them to be patient?
I think that when you start protesting, usually you've had enough with your patience.
Hmm.
Usually by time it's got to protesting, patience is run out. Rioting and those kind of things, there is no more patience, right? The LA riots in 92, the Detroit riots, those were where people didn't have any more patience. There's no patience to be had. We here, we gonna destroy some shit. We gonna let our voices be heard, and we gonna keep it moving. You know.
Word.
So peace and love to Nigeria. I hope that we can kind of get that. They can get that figured out. That's just a bad situation. All right, what else we got going on in the news?
Do we want to get ignorant first, or do we want to just keep it real?
Let's get ignorant.
That's the real question. Let's keep it straightforward for right
Okay.
now, and then
All
we'll get
right, let's
ignorant
keep it.
at the end.
Okay, come on.
So the Negro news
Yes.
on nigga twits, um, everyone's mad at Ice Cube. They have been mad at Ice Cube because Ice Cube seemingly has worked with the Trump administration, worked with in strong quotes. Let him
Right.
tell it. Um, he presented his contract with Black America. This is according to him. He presented it to both the Biden camp and the Trump camp. They both said, "You have great information here." Biden camp says, "We love this. Let's circle back after the election." Cool, cool, cool. Trump camp says, "We love this. Are you willing to have a discussion and talk about this with us?" So he says, I went in there like, yo, y'all empowered. Let's get to it. And that's pretty much the long and short of it. Let him tell it. He said he's not promoting the Trump campaign. He has never met Donald Trump. He says he's bipartisan. But basically, it's about closing the wealth gap and trying to promote equality in a more systemic way. I think Maji doesn't realize that he kind of got used as a pawn at a very bad time. That's my take. I don't know if it's necessarily why the Black Twitter sphere is upset, but I could see why the Black Twitter sphere would say, "You know, you a fool, right? You think you're a fool?"
Let me say this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a huge fan of Ice Cube. I personally, just my personal feeling, watching Ice Cube, listening to what Ice Cube has said, Ice Cube is really about his people in a way that I think Kanye is really about the people. If you listen to what Ice Cube said,
Don't put Cube and Kanye in the same.
I mean,
Okay.
look.
Let me be quiet. Go ahead. Go
Look,
ahead.
look.
Go ahead.
Just like I truly believe Kanye is committed to what he thinks he's doing is helping black people, I truly believe what Cube is doing, he really feels he's helping black people. But I do think he got played. I think that publicly he got played. And the one thing about it being public is now, do you back down if you're Cube and just say, hey, look, I made a mistake. I was really trying to do something for my people? Or do you basically do what he has been doing, saying, look, I don't really care what none of y'all think. I think I'm doing what I feel is right. Now, we as black people have to be progressive. I don't understand why Black Twitter or anybody is upset in the regard that Cube is trying to do something different. I don't think that Ice Cube supporting Donald Trump is going to change the outcome of the election. I would assume that that is why people are upset. But I don't believe that if Ice Cube said, hey, I'm voting for Donald Trump, that's really going to change. I mean, 50 Cent said Donald Trump after, they started looking at tax plans, right? And so I don't think, at least for me personally, I don't think that Cube trying to do this and him actually voting for Trump would change where African Americans feel they are in this country. Hold on one second. Manifest said Britt is exactly right. He got played strong. The Trumps already tweeted a pic of him and 50 wearing Trump hats. That also came out, Manifest, that the Trump hats were edited. Those were a photo when 50 and Ice Cube, I think, were at a Big 3 game.
Right.
And somebody on the internet took that photo and made digital edits to it to make it look like they were wearing Trump hats. Manifest said Cube got mad after that, but it was a given. Look, once again, I truly believe that what Cube thinks he's doing is right. And I think that his heart is in the right place.
But the clock is not.
But and not
So,
with
timing is ass,
not
my
with
G.
Trump.
The timing is ass. He's been president for 4 years. 4 whole good American years at this point, damn near. You should have started that year one.
I agree.
So, to me, I feel like even though it might have been something that just, came to his brain at this point, I personally, maybe do we got people? He has to have people. He's Ice Cube. I'd have waited until after the election to even present it. Because if both of them aren't going to see you, then where we are going to take it.
Hold on one second. We got a call. Yo, this is the Dope Dialogue Show. Oh, let me see. Are they still in the call? Nope, they called back. I just had a 313 number. Are you still on? Oh, we got him. All right, who we got on the call?
Who is this?
Derek, man.
Oh, yo, what's going on, Derek? Look, man, thanks for calling the show. We appreciate
Derek,
you.
Kynard knows you, but where are you from?
I'm taking a break to give you a call really quick before I go back in here and act like I'm working.
Okay. What do you have for us?
My issue with Ice Cube is that not that his heart is not in the right place. It's just he doesn't have the savvy or the political acumen to even stand in front and speak for people.
Mm.
It's my same issue with Kanye West.
Kanye.
You don't have the. It's still the same type. You don't have the gravitas to represent who you're trying to represent. There's a million other people who could actually stand up and make political points that need to be made for our community. It's just that, let's just put it plain and simple. Megan Thee Stallion can't speak for me. Cardi B, you can't speak for me, dog.
Right.
Ice Cube, you can't. Kanye, you can't speak for me. I'm sorry. You just don't have the don't want to say intelligence. You just don't have the experience,
Right.
okay, to stand up in front of people that you need to stand in front of and present a point. Because when you read his the contract with Black America, man, it's
Yeah.
all over the place.
Right.
It's all over the place, and it's unrealistic. You are asking people to do for you what you should be able to do for yourself.
Uh-oh. Brittany says she had a quick
I don't get
question
it.
before you hop off. Go ahead, Britt.
Before
What's
you
your
hop
question?
off, I don't even know if it's a
Go
whole
ahead.
question or if it's more of a comment. I do feel like although you're standing on some ground as far as your opinion is what he is able or unable to appropriately relay for the community, we wouldn't have said that about Donald Trump 6 years ago, that he wasn't in a place to be anyone's president. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's not a politician. And I feel like a lot of times that stops people from being active because they don't feel like they're equipped. They don't feel like they know enough. They don't feel like they have the verbiage or the experience to put themselves in those spaces. And I feel like it's almost a little bit, it's a threatening space to be, but I feel like you are a little bit better off trying with what you got than not trying at all.
And let me add to that. And before we let you go, Derek, I want to ask you this, because a lot of times in the Black culture, we do look to our entertainers and our athletes to speak on our behalf. The truth is, to you, Britt, I think Trump has shown he's not a president. He shouldn't have been a president.
Absolutely not.
You know what I'm saying? And 6 years ago, we should have said why. You know what I'm saying? But what do you think, Derek, in regards to our entertainers and our ball players being the ones like LeBron James, even trying to speak on our behalf, because I don't know any other Black people who have the platform.
And unfortunately, if you go throughout our history in this place called America, it's been set up that way. Malcolm X even said, "Who are entertainers?" Okay, people that you're the people you're supposed to be negotiating with and dealing with, set up the most we're going to call an entertainer a leader. Okay, unless you lead me in a rendition of a bitch is a bitch, Cube, you can't. I'm sorry, you can't speak it. You can't speak for me. It actually makes no political sense. Now, contributing to the goal of so-called equality in this country, which I don't ever believe is going to ever happen, due to the fact that in order to have that type of equality, you have to be ready to take it. As Killer Mike said, we ain't ready to take nothing. Structurally anyway. But there's still things that we can do collectively that can get us to the same places that every other person in this country has been able to do. And of course, the biggest argument is that there's people out there that's trying to stop us from doing that. You're absolutely right, but there's other people still getting it done anyway.
I agree. Thanks, Derek, for the call. We appreciate you, man.
All right, bro.
All right. What I will say is that, it's a situation where, at least for me, Killer Mike is spot on, right? You have to be in a position where you are willing to take, what it is that you want. I think that Ice Cube was spot on when he said that we can't do it without money, the way that the system is set up, most people don't understand the system works. It's working. That's the first part.
It's definitely working how it was designed to work.
Exactly. And that's what Cube was trying to highlight when I heard him speak. He says, look, there's systems in place to always keep us at the bottom. And I can guarantee you, Cube's patience has run thin. So he took it upon himself to try and do this himself. But I would think, at least my opinion, if I were Cube or I were LeBron James, I would look for that person who represents our views that I feel can communicate our message, and I'd put my support behind them. And I'm not talking about a president. I'm talking about, the next African-American leader in the realm of politics. Because we don't want to have to put LeBron James or Ice Cube or these individuals in these positions to speak for us when they're really not qualified to speak in that realm. I understand what Ice Cube was trying to say, and I actually agree with what he was trying to communicate when it comes to saying, hey, the system is broken when it comes to African Americans in this country, and we have to find a way to change that. I also agree with Killer Mike. We have to take that. But how do we do it? We build revenue systems. We build our own business. We spend our money within our own communities. We buy our own blocks back. We make sure that we are the beneficiary of when things like gentrification take place. Gentrification is not a bad thing if it is benefiting the people who actually lived in the neighborhood before it was being gentrified. Do you understand? As African Americans, we want to be in gentrified neighborhoods as well. So that being said, I truly believe what Ice Cube and even Kanye to a certain extent are trying to communicate about changes for African Americans in the United States of America. But what I do believe is that Ice Cube had poor execution. He didn't have the right people consulting him on this. And I think whoever his team is, if it's himself, they let him down because it wasn't the time. You could have did it 4 years ago, and you could have done it after the election. You know what I'm saying? But I also feel, even as Diddy said, blindly supporting the Democrats, what has that gotten us?
Not a thing.
Blindly saying, hey, I'm a Democrat and I'm going to vote Joe Biden. And, oh, guess what? Obama's black, so I'm going to vote for him. And Kamala Harris is black, and I'm going to vote for her. And what has that gotten us?
I do recall Cube saying that he was pushing for Black people to become independent because, historically we haven't gotten anything for our vote. So
agreed.
Which isn't a bad concept. I particularly don't subscribe to any party. I'll be the first to say I'm not registered as either or. So I get it. I get the concept. I just and closing that fiscal gap is gonna be the first part of making this place a very equal place. But I just feel like, unfortunately, the timing was trash. And for that reason, I feel like he got played.
You know what? Politically, I am a libertarian. I believe in hard work. I think I've said that before. I do not identify as Democrat or Republican. I will be voting Democrat because I honestly...
We have a job to do.
Yeah, at this point, I can't divide the Democrats on that issue because it's time for Trump to go. But I truly... You know what I'm saying? I believe that until Democrats and Republicans come to work together, nothing gets done anyway. And then as African Americans, we need to really start building the leverage. And I don't think it'll be this generation. I don't think I'll be living to see it, which is unfortunate. Just like I'm sure my parents didn't anticipate seeing a black president before they passed away. But I just can't see, excuse me, the end of racism in this country in my lifetime, uh, or the shrinkage of the wealth gap in our lifetime, because I think it's going to take time, a whole lot more patience than I'll probably be able to see. Before we move off, Manifest said they have to make sense on when they speak, and that's all. Not be pushed out of obligation and unable to articulate a proper message. Cube looked horrible on the interview with Roland Martin. He did. I agree. That's the other side, is Roland had questions and Cube drew a blank, and then he sounded like a 5-year-old child and said, but what is Biden gonna do? Right? Like, that's not the response, homie. We had a question. You have to be prepared if you're gonna go on these platforms to speak on it, because then you're gonna hurt your own message. Derek said, until we own our own political agenda and be ready to fund it, and own our own politicians and be ready to fund them. That goes back to what I said. LeBron James, Ice Cube, T.I., these guys, the entertainment industry, they have the money, and so they should be the ones that, if they want to get out here and have an active voice, don't tell me the presidential candidate you support. Tell me the black candidate that you support that has a plan for how to move the African American community ahead. To me, honestly, we should be supporting Killer Mike. I think he would be dope as a politician, and I also think he wouldn't take no bullshit, as they called Senator Killer Mike to the floor to have a conversation with the other senators. That being
Senator
said,
Killer.
Senator Killer has the floor. That being
Crazy.
said, what else we got going on in news?
Also on Black Twitter, a slew of gentlemen near the age of 30. They may be a little younger than, a little older than. I like to call them 30 adjacent. You 30 enough. Asking ladies of interest to supply them with money. And it's a whole bunch of screenshots of women saying, do you believe the audacity of this man asking me for money, and you're seemingly a grown-up? The tweets are kind of outlandish. They're pretty funny. And I can't say that it's something that's completely foreign. Even being 30 adjacent myself, I have seen it happen. The tweets, though, are next level. They're asking for $5 here, $10 for this. Oh, we have an infographic.
Yeah, look, this
by...
is one that I grabbed from the Twitterverse. I think this
Read
dude
it
was
off for me.
asking this lady for some weed. He get paid Tuesday. He gonna give it back. Pretty please with a cherry on top. She replies, boy, you gonna have to be sober tonight. And then he hit her with the please like he 5. I'll literally give it back Tuesday. She said no and laughed. She laughed at the homie. He promised. She replied, no smoking tonight, just for the party. She like, I just met you. Honestly, I don't lend out money. Then he had the nerve to roll his eyes.
The emoji eye roll.
He rolled his eyes.
Mm-hmm. And
old girl say he finna be 20.
Oh,
Girl,
finna
we
be
got
20?
another one.
No, finna be 30. He finna be 30.
Oh, so I'm sorry. He about to be 30. Yes, correct. He about to be 30. Here's another one. The dude said he $2? $2?
$2,
homie?
My nigga, you could have got that from the couch. You could have went to the change little cup in the car. You could have looked in your pockets from your old jackets. You would have found $2.
I just want to know when this started happening. Like, is this a new thing? Have dudes been doing this? Because, like, for me as a man, I ain't never asked no woman for no money that I just met. If I asked her for money, it was more of a test to see if she had my back. Like, I ain't never asked no woman for money and needed it. Right? I ask you for some, I might be like, yo, let me get 50, right? I didn't have your back, or you the homie, and you know what I'm saying? And we didn't did what we had to do. And I'm like, I just want to see where I'm at.
This is a problematic ass test, for the record. I just like to go. I would like to go on record and state that. Go ahead though, carry on.
It might be a problematic test, but right now, all these women, you know what I'm saying, that's showing this. I saw some women who basically flipped it and said that they cash app, they gave a dude $6,000, or the dude gave them $6,000, and they had never given the dude any money. Not only that, they was trying to teach women. They was holding classes. Hey, guess what? Baby girl, come holler at me. I can show you how to flip your cash app the other way. You can get $10,000 out of a dude and not send him anything. So I do believe that there are women out here who are using men for the monetary come up. I understand that. But that being said, if I didn't send you a little loot, or I didn't have your back, or we been in a situation and you know how we didn't kept it, and I didn't told you, yo, hit the homie off with a couple of dollars, and you're not capable, you probably didn't fail the test. Hold on. Derek Haley, he said, I bet these dudes get women though. No, there are women who out there paying these dudes. I don't disagree with that, Derek. There are women out here, because that's why these dudes are asking. That's why these dudes are out here asking. And there were women out there who were admitting it, saying no. Like I sent him like $2,500, but he sent it back to me in different ways. There are women out here who want to feel needed, and they feel like they can be in some sort of control by giving the man money and making him feel like they in charge. I've seen it, Sway. I've seen it.
I ain't never met a $4,000 dick. Not a day in my life. Not never. I'm just saying.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have. He may not have been 4,000 for you, but you met one. He knows somebody else that decided.
Shit.
Look at this one. My man said, look, I got you though. It's not much. I mean, you know, I ain't capping, but I got it on me right now because my people just called me. She like, are you asking me to send money? Yeah, because my card don't connect to Apple Pay and Cash App for some reason. I don't know why. But you can trust me on my damn best friend.
What?
Dang. She hit him with the flat out no.
Period. The answer is no. I seen one where dude asked her to Western Union him $20.
That's funny to me.
So do you need the whole 20? Because by the time Western Union take their piece, you only gonna have how much?
That's funny to me, right? Because
Western Union gonna take their money. To be honest, like who does? They
gonna take their money.
Please, they gonna get theirs.
They are going to take it.
So what you're saying is you've only requested fiscal support as a test.
Yeah, I've done it as a test. I just want to know. I just want to know. Manifest said, yo, it's an epidemic. These men aren't men anymore. Women moving the dudes up in their house, letting them beat the brakes off their cars. It's been like this for a decade or more. Derek agreed. You have met $4,000 penis in your life. The homie Manifest said the woman to man ratio is crazy, and that's probably why. Yes, there are women who are desperate enough to be with a man out here and take care of him. That has been going on for decades. A lot of times, though, I would tell you this is the outcome of how a woman raises her son. If she's been known to give him everything and not teach him tough love, or maybe his, you know, and I'm generalizing, so don't hate the boy, but if the father is not in the household, and hasn't, set boundaries on things that you can and cannot do, then usually, a male will fall into this, she's supposed to take care of me. But I would tell you a real man would come and say, look, y'all take care of each other. One of the things that my father taught me is look, it's okay to love a woman and take care of a woman, but these are the tests that you going to have to find out if the woman is really rocking with you or if she trying to play you. You know what I'm saying? And you got to know, because a lot of these women is playing out here. Oh, yeah, daddy, I love you. Matter of fact, I saw a comedy sketch where one of the famous, I think it's a dude that run around beating up on people. He was really tricking off on this girl, and he was buying stuff and gave her the limo and threw down the little flower petals, and she wouldn't let him hit. And when she got done with the date, she went and met her dude who was riding on like a little bicycle, and he was thanking old dude for really dropping all this money on his girl, right? So the dude on the bike could bang out his chick. So, women play, men play. You got to find out if it's real, but this is out of control asking for money, in my opinion.
Same. The answer is no. That's what I got.
That's it.
The answer is no, sir.
I agree with Derek. Derek just said you can change a whole generation of men by changing what a generation of women will accept.
Say something, Derek. Shit.
The only issue with that, Derek, is, once again, who's raising these women and teaching these women? That's the question.
They mamas that had them when they was 19.
Uh-oh.
I didn't say it, though.
Uh-oh.
Because their grandma was, never mind. Your grandma was out there, too, so grandma's only 38. Mama 19. What are we doing?
Uh-oh. So that's what it comes down to. I think that more or less, in general, I know people hate generalities. In general, it becomes a situation of whether or not the people who are raising the women, because I agree, the woman dictates. And if a man wants to be with you, then usually, I would say 100% of the time, he will acquiesce to what it is that the woman wants. If he wants you to be happy,
he gonna rise up and figure it out.
He gonna do what it is he gotta do to make you happy.
Yeah.
Because that is the role that the man plays. But if you are desperate, if you feel like you gotta give a man money, or he begging from you, that's a situation where you have to ask yourself, is this dude of value? What is he bringing to the table?
Usually
Manifest said baby raising babies. He agrees with you, Britt.
Usually they're just bringing dick in a dusty PlayStation. That's it.
Crazy.
When they hook the shit up, when the game gets hooked up to the TV, sis, it's over for you. Don't let it happen.
Oh yeah, look. You move in with the gaming system, it's a wrap. And I need some money to take care of NBA 2K. I need you to hold me down. I just want to know if it's reciprocal. As a man, even if I had homies and I was rocking with you and you was in a situation and I wasn't trying to smash, like even if you didn't ask and I felt like, you was communicating, yo, I'm in a bad spot, but I'm doing what I got to do to get through it, I'll shoot you something. As a man, because look, this is what it is. But if I'm in a tight as a dude, will it be reciprocated? You know what I'm saying? Not that I'm trying to use you, but I need to know that if we in the trenches and we fuck with each other, you got my back. You know what I'm saying? If you don't, then I'm cool. I can do bad all by myself, but But don't be having me out here thinking that, you really fuck with the boy and you don't,
I mean, I get it, sorta. Mm,
Well, but the thing is, I'm not saying as a man I'm consistently asking you. That's a different situation.
right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm coming to you even once a month saying, yo, let me get 50. I might do it early on when we rock with each other, right? 3-4 months, we've been doing it. I've been taking you out. I might pop it up on you. Yo, I'm in a tight. Can I get 50 real quick? See what it is. You know, if it's no, then I know what it is. I know how it's cut. If you
I
let
just
me
kind of
hold
find it
50,
hard. I just find it hard to believe that a man 30 adjacent is pressed for 50. And if you're
but that's the
entertaining,
thing.
and
I'm
if you're
not.
entertaining broads adjacent to 30 and you press for 50, then you need to be doing something else with your time,
Oh,
because
facts.
you need to be worried about getting to a place where you're not pressed for 50 if you 30 years old. That's my only issue.
I
So you
agree.
can be 30, you could be asking, you could be running all the tests, but if it's your real life,
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. I totally agree. And it looks from the messages, this was real life. This wasn't a test. This was, baby girl, I need the money. Can you hold me down? Which, it is what it is. Derek is hilarious. My man said dick is dusty as a PS4. Damn, son. Manifest said, remember the No Scrub song? They were pushing a little movement at the time. So the question for me, is it the music? Because I feel like the music really pushes women to look for men to financially pay for. And we
wait,
do.
wait, wait,
Let's
wait,
keep it
wait, wait, wait,
real.
wait,
I
wait.
do.
You're
I think
thinking the music pushes women to look for men that what?
to pay for it.
What are we paying for? What are
The
y'all paying for?
the woman.
I was like, wait, what the fuck? Who's paying what?
the woman. You call it what you want. In the end, the man is gonna pay.
Oh yeah,
Right?
the pussy's never free.
It's never free. So you gonna pay. But I feel like the music today, even in the lyrics, man
Hmm.
said, take me to the bank. She letting you know up front what she's about. I'm not even upset about that. But Manifest said, remember the No Scrub song? They were pushing the movement. The
Hmm.
music that they were pushing was, look, we not dealing with nobody that's a scrub.
Bum ass niggas.
Right. Now, when I hear lyrics, it's pretty much you got to be a rich dude. You got to have money in the bank
Rich
to
nigga,
mess with
eight
me.
figure.
Right.
That's my type.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a different type of movement, but I think you can be a scrub with money. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. But that's me. You might have money,
Hold on,
but you
hold on,
just
hold
a
on.
scrub dude.
What makes a scrub again?
Um,
I
I
don't
know
know
when
where you're
they
going
talked
with this
about
one.
it in the song, it basically was a dude who didn't have no money. Right? It was a broke dude.
Right. So
Right.
how are you a scrub with money? Explain it to me.
Because you might be a shitty person.
Well, then you're just a shitty person. You're not broke.
It's a scrub. That could be a scrub. In my opinion, it's a scrub.
Okay, well, you can't define it because you ain't calling people scrubs.
I'm really not. I don't have any input on that.
Yeah,
It's
you have
funny to
no
me.
feet to stand on. I was like,
I'm gonna
yo,
let that go. Clearly, I
right?
can't have an opinion. Oh,
You can
anything.
have all the opinions. I just didn't understand what it meant. I needed some explanation, and you failed to provide that for me. And sir, that is not my problem. I just want to be on the same playing field and understand what you're trying to give me. That's all.
That's funny to me. That makes me laugh. It really, really does.
He
All
said he
right.
don't take money from his wife. I know that's right.
Right.
I know that's right. I don't listen. I don't think that, you know, sharing pockets is a bad thing. I just feel like there's a certain point in your life when you can't, if the money is that pressing for you, then there should be other things that you're worried about.
I
Don't
agree.
don't seek
So are you
the attention.
basically saying that you can't afford the vagina? Because that's kind of what I'm hearing.
That's
What I'm hearing you say is you
precisely what I'm saying. That's
right.
precisely what I'm saying. If
If you
you
ain't got no money, you can't afford the
you
vagina.
can't. That's the thing. Like if you don't have no bread, you can't afford to be with nobody. And that's just the black ass bottom line. Like what we supposed to do? Sit up in the house and look at each other? You ain't got the Netflix subscription. You need my login? Absolutely not.
I'm gonna keep it 100. I've never in my life just been in. Let me change that.
Hmm. Don't tell no lies out here today.
For a good majority of my life, I've never been in a situation where I needed a woman for money. I just had too much hustle, too much grind.
Hmm.
I'd go work at McDonald's before I had to ask a woman for some money. Now, there was a time where I got laid off, I got evicted, and the woman I was talking to at that time, she took care of me. But
Respect.
I also valued her, and I made sure I reciprocated it when I got on my feet. When I got on my feet,
I thought you were gonna say something nasty. I swear to
when
God.
I got on my feet, I was able to
Oh
return,
shit.
you
I'm
know what I'm
trash.
saying, tenfold what she was looking for. You know what I'm saying? Show enough, Derek. Hold up. Just because I don't take money from women don't mean the dick is free. This dick ain't free.
No one said it should be free.
And it isn't. You know what I'm saying? That being said,
It's
the what
not free because you get off work and you want your back rub and you get that, and you need that meal and you get that. You going on a trip, you need your bags packed, you get that. The shit
yeah.
isn't free. Like I get it. There's things that come
I need
with
you to
it.
fold these clothes.
Period.
I need these
Listen.
meals done.
Tear these socks up
Yes,
because this shit is
facts.
a task, and I don't want to do
Yes,
it. I
yes.
get it.
I
There's
need
things that
head
come with it.
without begging. I just need it because you in the mood. Just
Just wake up.
yeah, just wake up. Hey, you know what? He deserves some head. Matter of fact, look, y'all make sure y'all pay attention. I got a couple new segments called Love Your Man Monday. That'll be
Oh
out
my god.
soon.
I'm
Love
participating in this.
no, this is something
Oh,
that
you just say
I've
Monday.
shot
Today's
some
Wednesday. I'm
content.
sorry.
I'm
Go
here to
ahead.
help the ladies
Oh my
understand that
god.
you gotta appreciate a good man. When you got a good dude, I'ma help you. Love Your Man Mondays is coming. I'ma help the fellas too though, because I got Love Your Woman Wednesdays as well. I'm just offering up advice from the homie to help your situation be better than what it is. You know?
Give us one tip from each side.
Love Your Man Monday, give him head. Just no warning. I'm telling you, it will change his life. No warning. You gotta know him, watch him, study him, and then just be like, hey, I got something for you, and just suck the shit out of that. You know what I'm saying? And then don't ask for nothing. Don't ask for no money. Don't ask for no food. Just have him that one time to give him head without giving him something that you want in return. It'll change your life. He gonna give you some anyway. Now, fellas, this is my tip for you. Look, I don't care what it is, bro. She love to eat. I don't care where she at. You can send her some DoorDash. Look, what's today? Wednesday? Next Wednesday, just send her DoorDash. Don't ask her what she want, because if she a good woman, you know what she like to eat. Don't be
No,
like, yo, what you want? Don't text her.
Not if she's a good woman, you know what she wants to eat. That's not it. If you're an attentive man, you know what she wants to eat.
No, you're right. Okay, so I ran it all. If she's a good woman and deserves this, then
Hmm.
you should know what she wants to eat. You
Hmm.
should be attentive if she's a good woman.
Right.
And then you DoorDash her, you Uber eat her, and don't tell her it's coming. Find out her location. Boo, you at the job? Okay, cool. You gonna be here the next hour? Okay, send her some food. You can never go wrong feeding a woman. I don't care what her situation is. I don't care if she on a diet. You find out what's on that diet and you send it to her. And I guarantee you, she gonna love you. The homie Derek said he cook and clean better than any woman he's been with. Just be ready for the lunch break blowjob. And in the back seat, 15-minute break. I feel you. Let's keep it freaky out here. Spontaneous. Meet me in the back seat. I'm in the Cadillac anyway. I can let this third row down and we can make a whole bed in this hole.
Wow. Yo.
That is funny to me.
At least it's in the Cadillac, because if that shit was like, yeah, because the Ultima ain't
not
hitting.
In the Ultima.
The Ultima's not hitting. Just so y'all know.
Say we can't do it in the Ultima.
The Civic ain't it.
No, the Civic ain't it. No, you have a larger vehicle if that's what you're trying to do. But yeah, we definitely take it to the car on lunch breaks when we was going into the job. That's what it was all about. Live your life, meet me. I just want to be happy. I just need to know you care, and that's the best way you can show a man. Just don't ask for nothing when you're done. Make sure he's satisfied and keep it moving. Y'all look for that. That's coming next. That should be coming in a week or two. Love your man Monday, love your woman Wednesdays. That being said, just one more thing. I think the way we're going to end the show, there's something that I saw on the Twitterverse as well as Instagram. I thoroughly enjoyed this. I don't know if you saw it. I think the guy's handle was y.x.official. He was singing some Maxwell to his girl. And this was super dope. Let me play this. See if I can get this to play. Bring it back down.
Love your woman Wednesday. This is what he did, huh?
Yeah, this is how you love her.
This is more bullshit.
This is how you gotta wake your boo up.
She's pissed.
He did the whole point, though. He did the whole point.
Oh, she's tight.
Wake me up like a normal person.
You stayed asleep too long.
Stop!
I tried to get you back, but you stayed asleep. You should know I'm sorry.
Now, could your dude wake you up like that? Could he hit you up and sing some Maxwell to you in the morning if you was late for work?
I wouldn't stop him. But I feel like in the time that it took you, my G, to get the little speaker and to figure out that little 2 seconds, maybe 4 seconds took you to think like, what can I remix real quick? You could have been woke me up. But it's fine. It's cool.
But the point was,
the voice was there though, so I'm not even mad.
You're right. He sings as good as Maxwell.
I wasn't mad at it. Cause listen, if I had a dude who sung that well, I'd be like, well, you might as well just sing for nothing. I'm okay. I guess. It would probably get annoying because I know some people that are like great singers and they be singing out of nowhere for nothing. I'd be like, all right, like we just asked if you want anything from Starbucks. Like you don't have to sing that part. Just answer.
That's funny.
But I mean, I wouldn't be mad. It was great though.
It was. I went through his TikTok and I checked him out. I really enjoyed watching that because here, let me put his handle in the chat if y'all want to follow him. And that's on TikTok. Thank you, Candace. I agree. Derek said laughing his fucking ass off. As well, Derek said, look, a good dude knows his woman's shoe size, bra size, and favorite tampons.
Talk about it.
Whoop. I ain't even mad because I agree.
Talk
You
about
know
it.
everything she needs. I agree, 100%. That being said, if you enjoyed that little TikTok, once again, that brother's handle is y.x.official. And hopefully y'all can be entertained because I wouldn't even, matter of fact, one day I may try that on somebody that I know. I might jump in there and just throw the speaker and start singing. I might take it out on the street and just start singing at random people.
People that
Right,
are like,
Manifest. That was all day funny. You're late for work.
it was funny. I hope what will be dope is if Maxwell does the little duet feature.
Oh, that
on,
would be all the way live.
that would be popping. I
Can
feel
we
like he
get that to
deserves.
happen? Somebody tag Maxwell.
Spam
We
the hell
are
out of
requesting
Maxwell.
it.
Listen,
I'm about to
we have a request, Maxwell. Just
Yeah,
go
I'm
on
about to
with
go to Twitter right now and ask him to go ahead and do the little duet with the homie.
it will be lit.
That would be super lit. Well, look, y'all, we'd like to thank y'all for coming out tonight, enjoying Wednesday. We apologize for not having no sound the first 5 minutes of the show. Probably 10 minutes. I wasn't on my Grizzly, but we appreciate y'all for coming out to the 9th episode of Dope Dialogue. We've had a great time with you. Shout out to Derek, Manifest, Candace. Thanks for calling in. We had a really, really dope time. For my co-host, Brittany King, my name is Kynard. We hope that y'all have a beautiful Wednesday evening, and we out of this, boy. Yeah.